chamber. Prediction show with your way. Who will win? They're fighting for their lives.
What's up, everybody? Let's go.
Who will win? Elimination chamber. Prediction is Double A elimination chamber. Prediction show with your way.
What's up, everybody? We just put up this show out of nowhere. It's last minute, I know, because I was really busy this morning. So we're not going to get the good viewership right off the bat that I want, because this is an out of nowhere, sort of upload. So that's bad timing on my part, but I can't wait. So I'm just going to do it now. So we're going to start right away because I got to go right away. I got till about 1:30. You got about 45 minutes with me right now. So if you're listening, now's the time. If you want to predict something, you want to say something, you want to do whatever, Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat to donate. You know how to do it. Super chat, become a member, all that stuff. So before I get into the one on every prediction after another, the first thing I want to do is, and this will help me give people time to get in here before I actually make the predictions. I just want to first talk about the idea that, maybe it's time to flip-flop the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. I don't know how people feel about this, but I've been thinking about it for a while, man. And, one of the reasons why the Royal Rumble used to mean so much is because it was like, it was really important that you're going to face the one and only champion at WrestleMania. But now there's multiple champions, right? There's like multiple different champions that you could face, which I think devalues it a little bit. But it also helps it make it a little less predictable because there's so many other, options available. So, with that being said, it's even more important now, I think, than ever before, that the Royal Rumble is too far away from WrestleMania. And I understand that's why Elimination Chamber is there, for like the last ditch effort or another chance, or for the other person who's a champion to get another shot and another whatever the case may be. I understand what the situation is and why they do it. I get that. So my question is, do we flip-flop those things? Do we actually switch Royal Rumble and put Royal Rumble in Predictions Chamber spot? Because if you put the Predictions Chamber? Did I say Predictions Chamber? Wow. In the Elimination Chamber spot, that's great. Then it would, maybe allow for, Royal Rumble to take place at the end of February, maybe even early March. And now you're talking about WrestleMania is like 35 days away. And now it makes Royal Rumble like really, really important. And that juggernaut on the road to WrestleMania, it gets going quicker. Because when I was a kid, I used to think that the Royal Rumble was way closer to WrestleMania, because there was this big run from when the person won the Royal Rumble all the way to WrestleMania, and it was always more cohesive than nowadays. Nowadays, like, somebody will win the Royal Rumble, but they won't start their story or their build to whatever a lot of times until, the month before or 5 weeks before WrestleMania, because, I don't know, they don't want it dragged out or whatever. I mean, maybe sometimes it's happened, I don't remember, but a lot of times that's what goes on. So that's why I wonder, and this is just me wondering, I don't fully believe it in 100%, but I really do think that it's worth considering potentially flip-flopping Elimination Chamber in the Royal Rumble and putting Elimination Chamber closer to flip it. Just flip them. That way the Royal Rumble, when that person eliminates the last person, that's it. Like, wow, this is huge. This is the person. They're going to WrestleMania. It's in 35 days. Here we go. This is crazy. Somebody's won. And I mean, maybe that's not enough time, and maybe I don't know. I mean, you could argue that, well, Joe, I mean, that's what it's always been. Royal Rumble's always been where it is, and why would you change that? But I just think it's weird with the dynamic of, I can choose anybody at WrestleMania, or the dynamic of, there's another thing that's happening, Elimination Chamber's happening before WrestleMania. I do think that Elimination Chamber does allow for more dynamic changes to happen, so that's why they maybe won't do it, or they would never do this, because potentially you could put a champion in Elimination Chamber. If you wanted to change out the champion before WrestleMania, you could have Elimination Chamber match with the champion, so that could be changed still. if somebody gets injured, you can potentially have an elimination chamber for who wins the title. And I know that you could do that with the Royal Rumble too. It's been done before, Ric Flair. And you could have the winner of the Rumble as the new champion. But, so I think that they like the idea of elimination chamber being that, because it can be that for the women, the men, and all the other thing. But there is it's high risk, high reward, right? Because the reward if you switch chamber and Royal Rumble is it really makes the Rumble is already the bigger show anyway. So if you make it so that, okay, elimination chamber is important, really important on the road to WrestleMania. Here we go, elimination chamber. Then the next thing is Royal Rumble. Then the next thing is WrestleMania. And it's like you're climbing this ladder towards WrestleMania. And it feels really big because otherwise it always feels like Rumble is like one of the most important pay-per-views ever. And then Chamber is like a drop down and then WrestleMania. But instead you would be incrementally increasing, you know what I mean, the excitement towards WrestleMania if you were to switch Royal Rumble with Elimination Chamber. Certainly they might not be able to do that. Maybe they don't want to do that. But that was just how I wanted to open up this video so that we could allow some people to get in here, because I know that people are not going to get the alert I'm live until, within 20 minutes. And there's a lot of people who didn't know I was going live. And I if you don't put out a video at least 30 minutes before you go live, it doesn't send alerts out a lot of times. So that's important. And I put this video up and came live in 10 minutes. So a lot of people in the chat. We're going to read some of the stuff in the chat. But if you guys want to donate during the stream, you got about 30 minutes to do it. I'm live for 30 more minutes, so we really got to get rolling on this video. Also, guys, if you like today's product of the show, if you would, haven't done this in a while, but I'm bringing it back. Product of the show, baby. It's this awesome Undertaker plaque. Check it out. Piece of the ring, signed. It's on Amazon. I got a link for it. You get the special deal, and when you buy it, I get credit. A lot of people love collecting Undertaker stuff. This is how to do it. A lot of people like being safe when they purchase things, so you don't have to go to BJ's, collectibles.com. It's from Amazon, so you know it's safe, and you've bought plenty of stuff on Amazon. There's the link to it in the chat right there. Taker. I'm putting it up. Save that, buy that, do whatever. When you buy it, every time you buy one, we get 2% of the sales. And it's one of the products I selected today. So that is our sponsored product today. And moving on from that, let's get right into the Elimination Chamber stuff. Let's go right into this shit because, like I said, we got to go. So, Elimination Chamber. I probably should put the pictures up. I usually used to do that, but yeah, let's do that because I used to do that, and I think it helps us visualize stuff. So let's get Elimination Chamber up. Let's get the matches up. If we can. Do they have pictures for everything? I don't know if they have. You would think that they'd have them for everything, but I don't see them for everything. Usually they have every match kind of broken down on the card, but let me see. Well, I guess we'll just talk about the other ones and then we'll put up some of the imagery because I don't feel like taking the time. We only got 30 minutes. Okay. Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. To me, this is like super easy. Certainly, you could have some kind of disruption with Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. And, if you were going to have a match between Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton, that would be my number 2 guess for Tiffany Stratton because I don't even know who she's going to wrestle or who she's facing yet. So, Tiffany Stratton could get in a beef with Trish Stratus and they could end up wrestling at WrestleMania, right? So that would be that's in my wheelhouse, in my ballpark somewhere. But I think it's going to be a happy-go-lucky win for the good guys. So I'm going to say Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus win that match easy. Good guys win. But I think it'd be more interesting if they were to butt heads and then maybe they even had a match. But maybe not. Maybe not, right? And if anybody in the chat wants to remind me of who Tiffany Stratton probably really is facing, feel free to do it. I just can't think of somebody that would be doing that. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll find out. What's up to Allied Darkness, who is a member in the chat? Abspain101, what's up? Spectral Citizen is here, the big supporter the other day, last couple of days. Allied Darkness, OG, what's up? Eddie Guns is here. He's a patron as well. Shout out to all the new patrons, guys. Sign up on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Me and Luke Rojas are going to have something up there for you. Oh, my God, Beefy Luigi is here. It's not Beefy Mario, it's Beefy Luigi. Wow, I'm going to pop, dude. That's crazy. What a name. What a throwback. So, yeah, Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton win that one, but I think secondary is that they could beef with each other. Then we got the Women's Elimination Chamber. We'll get to that. We got, Bailey, Naomi, Bianca, I think Liv, Alexa Bliss. I think there are only two possibilities in this one to me. And that is, that's Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. I obviously think Alexa Bliss could win because she is, coming back off a long time of rest and off and being off and everything. So Alexa Bliss winning and then going on to face Rhea Ripley. But I don't think that's going to happen because Liv Morgan's in the match. And it just makes me think, Liv Morgan is... She's got this huge rivalry with Rhea Ripley, and I think why not bring it to a head at WrestleMania? So I really do think Liv Morgan is going to win this match, so my bet is on Liv Morgan, and I do think that Alexa Bliss is the second choice for me in the back of my head because she's coming back from the injury. Let's do something with her. She's going to win the Elimination Chamber, that sort of thing. So, but I'm going to go with... I am going to go with Liv Morgan so that they can have this Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan blood feud at WrestleMania. I do think that if I were to have to pick a third person out of these people, it would be Bianca Belair. I know that it's possible that Bianca wins and they want Bianca back there. And honestly, Bianca versus Rhea Ripley could be very good. That could be a really good match. It's probably, out of all these women, the best match. What's the best match at WrestleMania? I think the best wrestling match would be Bianca and Rhea Ripley. So that is what I do think. But I think that, it is possible that Jade was attacked by Naomi or Bianca Belair to keep her out of the Elimination Chamber or to keep her out of wrestling because they wanted to be the champion. So it's possible that we find that out coming up. It is possible that we find out that Jade already knows that. What if Jade Cargill already knows that Bianca Belair is the one that did it or Naomi is the one that did it? I don't really understand how that would play. I would think it would be revealed in front of everybody. But what if Jade Cargill knows about that and she comes down the ramp and rips the cage open and then just takes out Bianca Belair and people can't figure out why, that happened in the Elimination Chamber and Bianca loses and Naomi has already been eliminated at that point, and Jade takes out Bianca Belair, and now Jade is going to have this blood feud with Bianca at WrestleMania, or potentially even maybe Naomi and Bianca did it, and it's a 2-on-1 match at WrestleMania with Jade. I don't know. Something like that might go on, and I just think it leaves the door open for Liv or Alexa Bliss. So I would bet 75% that Liv Morgan's winning, and then next to that, Alexa Bliss. But yeah, again, it's hard not to go with Bianca, but I also think that the WWE is a little bit conscious of representation at WrestleMania, and you're talking about all white women in the championship matches, and I know that's such a stupid thing to think about, and I never like to talk about race. It's so dumb. I just want to see the best wrestlers do whatever. But I can't help but think that, WWE is like, ooh, this looks bad, we better, something. So, I don't know, bro. I'm just worried about that. So maybe Bianca actually wins, and Naomi is the one that attacked Jade. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe Alexa Bliss wins, though, because of the injury. So there's a lot of cases to be made here. But, I am going to go with Liv. I don't really like that. I think I would, but at the same time, I'm not that interested in Alexa Bliss because Alexa Bliss's whole thing would just be the fact that she's back and, okay, I'm at WrestleMania. So I'm not that as excited about that. Liv Morgan at least has history with Rhea Ripley, so that I could get excited about a little bit. And Bianca Belair, in my opinion, would probably be the best wrestling match that could happen. So because of that, I'd be kind of excited about that. So I'm gonna pick Liv for that reason, but we'll see what happens. And okay, so there's that match. Then we got to go to let's go to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We've seen these guys wrestle at WrestleMania. We've seen these guys wrestle all over the wrestling world. There's no doubt about it. These guys have done it everywhere. Ring of Honor, WWE, NXT, you name it. I love the NXT version of their brawl. Obviously, we love the old school stuff they did back in the day, Ring of Honor and other places. But I think Ring of Honor and NXT are the biggest ones. WWE's been pretty good, but we have yet to see, I have not seen them in WWE yet, in the main roster, do something that is etched in my mind. The stuff that they did in NXT, it's etched in my mind. The stuff they did in Ring of Honor, it's etched in my mind. And some of the other interactions that they've had over the years in the indies is kind of etched in my mind. But on the WWE main roster, it's not etched in my mind. It's not. It just isn't. It's not bad. It just hasn't been like, it's not what it's nothing that's touched, like reached out and grabbed me yet. But here's the thing. You're talking about the place where The Rock met Hulk Hogan. You're talking about Toronto, Canada, their hometown, the lineage, everything, the atmosphere that should be at Elimination Chamber. This has the potential to be the loudest match of the night. This has the potential to be the most invested into match of the night. The crowd could be exploding in this match. And if the crowd explodes in this match and these two guys put on a wrestling show, man, you are talking about a memorable classic. Even if the match isn't quite as good as some of the other stuff they've done, if the crowd is exploding for everything they do, you will never forget the match. And it will become a classic match, and it will become the thing that we remember about this pay-per-view or this PLE or whatever it's called. And in fact, people will probably even say, wow, that should have happened at WrestleMania. Now, unless they screw it up or the crowd doesn't have the wind or they don't have the deal, then I don't know. Then maybe it won't happen. But I really would predict that this could be one of the most emotional matches of the night because of the history and because of the way the crowd is going to really push this thing potentially over. Now, who's going to win? I don't know. But I'm going to predict Kevin Owens is going to win. I'll predict Kevin Owens wins, and I'm going to predict something else. I think Randy Orton will return to WWE at Elimination Chamber. I think at Elimination Chamber, at the end of the match, Randy Orton is going to return and potentially attack Kevin Owens. And, Karrion Kross could potentially come out too, and they could both attack Sami Zayn and Kevin. So after the match is over, Kevin Owens wins, which is weird because the heel wins. I mean, I don't know about that. So like I'm not really sure. Maybe Sami Zayn wins. Good guy wins. Maybe I'll change my mind because I think that it's a possibility that Sami Zayn wins and then or both men go down, get counted out or get knocked out, or maybe there's a double DQ. Maybe there's a disqualification. Maybe both men are laying on the ground and then Randy Orton's music hits and he comes out. Maybe Sami Zayn wins because, Kevin Owens tried to break his neck. So maybe Kevin Owens tries to break his neck and now Sami Zayn wins in the match. And as Sami Zayn leaves, Randy Orton comes out and attacks Kevin Owens. And then maybe after that, Karrion Kross comes out and attacks Sami Zayn. And Randy Orton and Karrion Kross beat the shit out of these guys. But maybe Kevin Owens wins and defeats Sami Zayn. And as they're getting Sami Zayn out of the ring, the bad guy wins. Then Randy Orton comes out and attacks Kevin Owens. And the crowd's going nuts for Randy Orton. And now that leaves Sami Zayn off the hook. And the bad guy won, but there's a reason. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with Kevin Owens wins. Randy Orton returns and attacks Kevin Owens. I guess, maybe. And then, I don't know. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Kevin Owens wins and Randy Orton attacks Kevin Owens. That's kind of a tough one because I can't believe that after paralyzing almost Sami Zayn, that Sami Zayn isn't going to get a win here in a good way. Like Sami Zayn gets the big win, hero, and then maybe Kevin Owens attacks Sami Zayn from behind. Okay, I'm going to change my mind again. I'm changing my mind again because that makes more sense to me. Okay, Sami Zayn gets the win. He defeats the evil bad Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens then attacks Sami Zayn after the match in a sick way, and Randy Orton comes back. Randy Orton heads to the ring and attacks Kevin Owens. And the crowd's going nuts. Kevin Owens helps Sami Zayn up, and Randy Orton attacks Kevin Owens. Randy Orton helps Sami Zayn. Randy Orton and Sami Zayn are in the ring raising each other's hand. The crowd is going crazy for Sami Zayn and Orton, and Owens has to retreat. And then it eventually becomes, Randy Orton and Sami Zayn tag team against Karrion Kross and Kevin Owens. And Karrion Kross goes into a feud at WrestleMania with Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens goes into a feud with Randy Orton. So there you go. Okay, so that's my prediction. Okay, Sami Zayn gets the win. Randy Orton attacks Kevin Owens after Owens attacks Sami at the end of the match when it's over. Randy Orton and Sami Zayn celebrate the victory of Sami Zayn. And then going forward, there'll be a tag team between Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens and Karrion Kross until WrestleMania, where they break off and have their singles matches against each other. Okay, I got it. That's it. There you go. There's my it took a little while. I was doing that in real time with you guys. So that's always fun when I have to think of the predictions in real time. Then The Rock is going to come out maybe and address everybody, and Cody Rhodes, and I Want Your Soul. And guys, if you want to donate to the stream live, Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat. Use Streamlabs pinned all the way at the top, and we're looking for people to become members. Click that join button down below and become a member. We could use you on here. Give some memberships, do a super chat, do whatever. You'll fund the show. Your name here down below. We've been live for, 15, 20 minutes, about 20 minutes here. Somebody will get their name etched in the annals of time on this show if you are at $10 or above. So there it is. It's open to somebody. Maybe nobody will do it. I don't know, but we only got 15, 20 more minutes left. So, Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat if you want to donate. Say something, tell me something, give me your prediction, whatever. Anyway, back to the deal. So, The Rock is coming out. The Rock is going to ask for Cody Rhodes' soul. Did you make a decision? Da-da-da-da. Cody Rhodes is probably going to say, no, not going to do it. And then The Rock is probably going to say something like, oh, you will, Cody. You're going to do it. You're going to give me your soul, Cody. Or like, you just made a big mistake, Cody. And something like that. Either, okay, Cody, have it your way. Something like that. Or he's going to, maybe he'll say, your life can be, you can give me your soul, or you can live hell on earth. It's up to you, type of thing. But either way, what's probably going to happen going forward is The Rock going forward is going to be like this Satanistic trickster now for Cody Rhodes, where The Rock is going to try to make Cody's life a living hell, right? Like bad things are going to happen. Whether that's with his wife, Brandy, or about they're going to bring the kid into it, maybe even. Like, your kid was supposed to go to this award-winning daycare or whatever. It's like you didn't get approved for that. Oh, you got your credit cards are all messed up. I got hacked. I got all these weird things are going to happen, right? Maybe to Cody Rhodes. People in his life are going to suffer because of his choices, right? Or maybe even The Rock will say something like that. Like, well, Cody, you're not just making the decision for you. You're also making the decision for everybody you love. Because it's one thing to not get to The Rock's level and not give The Rock your soul, and to get to the level The Rock's at because of what The Rock's done. But it's another thing, too, to have the devil himself angry at you, that sort of thing. And so it's playing into this like he's going to make his life really bad unless you finally say yes to this, to where the pressure is so crazy that at WrestleMania he might do it, right? And so this story will continue all the way to WrestleMania, where it culminates maybe at WrestleMania or the night after WrestleMania on Raw or something. And so we'll just keep going with this. And so that's probably what's going to happen. Cody Rhodes will say no, and then we'll get, the wrath of The Rock, basically, going forward. And, I think, again, this is like an alternate, more like supernatural version of Vince McMahon's, trying to get Austin to wear a suit and everything back in the day. It's kind of like some kind of version of that, but different. But Cody won't do it, and The Rock will do some really sick, dastardly things potentially to Cody and his family going forward. So anyway, that's what will happen there. And then we get to the Elimination Chamber match with the men, which, Damian Priest is a waste. If Damian Priest won this match, I would chop off my own private parts. So Damian Priest is not winning. He's just, I don't even know why he's there. I would have Damian Priest attacked before the match and then suddenly find out that Brock Lesnar's in the match. I think that'd be awesome. But, yeah. I don't think Logan Paul's winning, although I started thinking maybe Logan Paul could actually win this. But now I don't think Logan Paul's winning. I don't think Seth Rollins is winning. I don't think Drew McIntyre is winning. And now that, I think it's between CM Punk and John Cena, obviously. And I think John Cena is going to win the belt again, potentially, but it won't be until next year. I mean, not next year, but later in the year after WrestleMania. And if it even does happen, right? Because if it does happen, I would bet that it would be for the WWE Championship. I think it's even possible that John Cena's last match could be against like CM Punk or Cody Rhodes or whoever the WWE champion is at the time. CM Punk's last match, John Cena's last match could potentially be for the championship. And then he loses. And he doesn't get the record. He goes for the chase, but he literally doesn't win it. In which case it would be crazy because that means John Cena had lost the Rumble, he lost the Elimination Chamber, and then he lost the championship match. Essentially like solidifying somebody else, and, his last match was for a championship, and that's awesome, but he didn't win it. And it would really, almost like when a wrestler comes back to lose his last match and do the job, it's almost like John Cena's on a tour of doing the job. But unfortunately, he'd already been on a tour of kind of doing the job for the last 5 years, it feels like. So it's like, it feels bad that the guy doesn't get one more big win or one more run, right? So that's what makes me think John Cena will win the championship and get that 17. Because, is he really going to go out with like pretty much losing the last 5-7 years and then goes out on a losing streak essentially for the last year of his run? That just seems wrong to me, and I'm not even the biggest Cena fan. But like, why wouldn't you give the guy the belt one more time for a couple of months and then have him drop it to somebody? And maybe drop it to Logan Paul or somebody like that. Who's the next guy, right? Is it Drew McIntyre or Logan Paul or somebody like that? What if Logan Paul's plans are to stay in wrestling? He could be somebody that Cena could put over, and wow, Logan Paul beat John Cena, and Logan Paul can use that forever. Unlike what's-his-face, who it never matters at all, Austin Theory. Austin Theory has nothing, like, in a perfect world, you would have rather Logan Paul been the guy to beat John Cena before. Because Logan Paul could be saying that all the time. I beat John Cena. But I didn't just do that. I've done this, that, and the other thing. That's all Austin Theory has, and where is he now? So, I don't know. It is whatever. So I'm gonna go with CM Punk winning the Elimination Chamber. CM Punk wins the Elimination Chamber. John Cena versus Logan Paul potentially at WrestleMania. John Cena then later on challenges somebody for the WWE Championship somehow in his last match. I'll put my, that's the problem though. Put your career on the line doesn't matter because we already know you're leaving. So that kind of ruins things too. So the only way I could see it being a swerve is if John Cena said, I'll put my career on the line. I only had a few more months left anyway, but I'll end my career tonight if you put that championship on the line. And now you get Cena versus somebody for the title, and John Cena says his career's on the line. And so now everybody's like, oh, wow, this is the match where he's going to lose. He's going to lose his career. He's going to put over the other guy. And then John Cena actually ends up winning. And then John Cena goes on a roll with the title for 2 to 3 months and stays for longer than you expected until he loses it. And then he says, well, I'm not going to retire until I lose this belt. And then you get John Cena on a roll for 3, 4, 5, 6 months with a championship, puts it on the line 3, 4 times. That could really be cool. But I don't know. I think he doesn't win it, and he goes out not doing it. But he goes out with all these big matches, but he didn't do it. But that just feels like a whimper to me. I don't know. I'm not sure if I fully get behind all that, but there it is. So there you go, guys. There's my Elimination Chamber predictions. We got about 6 more minutes with you guys. I'll read chat. I'll read comments. I'll read anything. Afternoon stream. Here we are live. A lot of people wanted the afternoon streams. I wanted to come on a little bit later and probably do like 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., but today I got something to do, so I had to come on early out of nowhere, and I'm kind of up against the time. I've got 5, 6, 7 minutes and ready to go. Yeah, he's already retiring, but that's exactly why it could work, because he says, well, I'll retire right away. I won't spend the extra 2 months. I was going to appear 2 more times. I'm not going to do that. I'll retire right away if I lose. And then he doesn't lose. I think that would be an interesting thing, maybe. But whatever. Austin fell off. Yeah, Austin Theory kind of went nowhere after, probably because Vince McMahon. I think Vince McMahon was the one high on him. But, yeah, Austin Theory is just kind of feels like a, I don't know, he just feels like a dork at this point. He's like the friend that loves big wheels on a truck and wants to listen to, watch the Fast and the Furious movies. I don't know, he just comes off like that, kind of like Dingleberry to me. Whereas, there's layers to John Cena and to other people. But Austin Theory could still be all right, but they just, I don't know, he's never changed. He's never grown to another level, He's the type of guy, it's like the same type of problem that Ricky Starks could have, that the other guy from AEW could have, and a lot of those guys have, where they kind of look like sports jock guy, but they don't have any more substance after that, but they're pretty, they're okay, they're like a good, I don't know. But Logan Paul has more dynamics to me. So that's why they probably Logan Paul should have beat John Cena, because I feel like Logan Paul has more to offer. What's up, chat? I got to do some things. Theory went from wrestling Cena to jobber of the year. Yeah. I mean, it's a hell of a downfall. I mean, they've got to feel terrible about it. I mean, imagine how John Cena feels about it. Like, I tried to put this guy over and then they didn't do anything with him. Doesn't make sense. God damn it, that scared the shit out of me. My alarm went off. But that being said, I got to run. I got to roll. I got about 5 minutes left, maybe. Generic, says Danny Piffin. Yeah. No Roman. Yeah, I don't know what Roman's going to do. Maybe it's going to... I think I said it was going to be a bloodline battle. Like, WrestleMania's... I thought there was going to be a bloodline battle, like Roman Reigns versus Sikoa, or Roman Reigns and a group of other people versus another people, but I don't think there's enough people to be on Roman's side to do that. So maybe it's going to be Roman and maybe it's going to be Roman versus Sikoa only. I don't know. I'm not really sure with that, as far as WrestleMania goes. I think Roman wanted some time off, and if I was Roman, I'd take time off too, because I'd be like, well, if I'm not this main story this year in WrestleMania, and I'm not the big deal like I've been for every year, it's like I need a break anyway, so I'm going to take it easy until we get to WrestleMania to do that sort of thing. Just please no some more Samoans. Yeah, I think the Samoan Rock family feud battle things are it's going to get a little annoying. It's already gotten annoying to a lot of people. Like, everybody in this family is involved. It's getting to the point where it's like you're going to have to hide that they're part of the family because there's just too many of them. It's like, here comes another, like Samoan guy from the family. It's just like the whole company is going to be this at some point. And then with The Rock in charge of it more than anybody, people are going to start being like, well, this is why they're here. This is annoying. Like, it's the guy's whole family isn't like, everything is bullshit. Like, and people are gonna really start losing interest because of that if that's all that they're doing. And there'll be memes about Samoan wrestling entertainment. Like, it's gonna be whatever. Do you see Raven in the WWE Hall of Fame? Yeah, I think so at some point. Yeah, I mean, Johnny Polo, Raven, of course. I met Raven once and he sucked, but still I think he should be in there for his work in ECW, WCW, and then WWE briefly, both times. Of course, to be honest, lots of other people are in the Hall of Fame who had, a 1 year, 2 year run, 3 year run in wrestling. There's some people who were in wrestling for 3 years and they're in the Hall of Fame. And they're at a lower level than Raven. Raven has a couple of, Raven has a memorable WrestleMania moment where KANE or whatever threw him through that glass window at WrestleMania 17 or whatever it was, 1917, I forget. Raven has memorable moments in ECW, obviously the WCW stuff, and then of course he was Johnny Polo in WWF, and he was a prominent manager around the WrestleMania 10 times. So, if you add some of that all together, yeah, there's people in the Hall of Fame that have done much less. And I'm not talking about the celebrities and people like that, but we're talking about guys who were in the WWE for 1 year, 2 years, whatever. So there's all my predictions on Elimination Chamber. If you missed it, go back and watch all of it. If you guys want to donate to the show, Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat. It's your last chance. If you want to say something, you want to donate, you want to support the show, whatever it is, Streamlabs pinned to the top of the chat, or Super Chat, become a member, all that sort of thing. And, of course, the Undertaker's plaque, we have that on the our Amazon page. Go buy that if you think you like it and you want to check it out. There's the link to it. And real quick we'll see if anybody's saying anything and we're doing anything, but if not, we'll read these real quick. Perfection says the natural selection. Nah, we need more bloodline members. WWE is just trying to smother it because it's overshadowing the main roster by how great the storyline is compared to the rest of the roster, aka the jobbers. Wow, so you think the bloodline story is so damn good that they're suppressing it to make it worse because they're worried about the bloodline story still being more important and better than any of these single stories with Cody, CM Punk, or John Cena. Wow. Well, by the way, the Gene Hackman death that happened today is now being called suspicious. It wasn't called suspicious before, but now there's no gas leak and all three are dead. And so now it's being called suspicious. Wow. So now they're investigating it under some suspicions here. Wow. So that changed. Earlier today, Gene Hackman, we found out his wife, dog all died. And the first thing everybody thought was, well, carbon monoxide poisoning. I mean, why would the dog be dead? So this is very strange. My theory is that they didn't pay the illegals to cut the lawn the right way, and they probably took them all out. They were like, all right, let's take them out. Gene Hackman, wife Betsy, death's called suspicious. Earlier reports were like, nope, not suspicious at all. Wow. On the property, another healthy dog, deceased female, a deceased dog laying 10 to 15 feet from the deceased female in a closet of the bathroom, the heater being moved, pill bottle being opened and pills scattered next to the female, the male being located in separate room of the residence, no obvious signs of a gas leak. Gene's wife was found in the bathroom on the ground near the countertop, lying on her side. Deputy saw a black space heater near her head. The deputy believed the heater could have fallen in the event Betsy abruptly fell to the ground. The deputy also noticed an orange prescription bottle on the countertop, which was open with pills scattered on the countertop. It appears she had been dead for some time because the body was in a state of decomposition, Jesus, with bloating in her face. I mean, somebody might have killed them for no doubt. So somebody either killed all of them or maybe she killed Gene and the dog and then killed herself with pills. I don't know. We don't know. Or maybe they were killed by somebody. I don't know. We don't know it. Crazy ass news though this morning. We need Zilla and Miko and Journey and the Tungan twins. Then there'll be enough. Oh my God. Every damn match with the bloodline, the same shit. Samoan drop, super kick, spear. No more Samoans. Their name, moveset, super kick, it's all the same thing. Yep, rinse and repeat. Yeah, people are pretty sick of that, I guess. Jim Ross need to be in the Hall of Fame in 2025. Rest in peace to Gene Hackman. Could it be Gene's son? I don't know, man. I mean, they don't even have their shit together yet about this, it feels like. But there you have it. Unbelievable. Thank you guys for stopping by. And, what the hell's going on? This is weird. What the fuck? Sorry, I just noticed something that's weird. Guys, click that like button if you can. That's weird. I just noticed something I'm trying to fix. So weird. That's weird. But yeah, if you guys can, click the like button on the way out. Also the same kind of variation of the stink face. Oh, might be true. Might be true. All right, guys, catch you later. Leave your predictions in the comments if you're watching this on replay, or leave it later. I don't know. Do whatever, so we can take a look at what you guys thought was going to happen at Elimination Chamber. I'll catch you next time.